Good to be back. Military vets for life. Thank you. Rock and roll.
De Rodrigo Vargas, please. Thank you. To Mayor, City Council President Horton, and all local elected leaders for joining us here today. Thanks for that introduction. Arizona. It's great to be back. It really is. It's great to be back. Hello, Johnstown. It's good to be back. Hey folks, good afternoon. Before I start, let me explain the delay.
You know, sharing your stories with me today and what suggestions you have for going forward and
the American people need a wage increase. They need a $15 an hour minimum wage. And that is what Joe Biden is proposing.
What I'm trying to do is go around from town to town, and I'm drawing as bigger crowds or bigger than anybody. Have you seen anybody draw bigger crowds than me here in this state?
Yes.
Oh, you have? Where?
In Des Moines.
In Des Moines?
Number one, his arrest in apartheid South Africa. The former vice president said 3 times during the month of February alone that he got arrested trying to see Nelson Mandela in prison.
I had the great honor of meeting him. I had the great honor of being arrested with our UN ambassador on the streets of Soweto trying to get to see him on Robbins Island.
Except it's a lie. Biden himself was forced to fess up on CNN.
When I said arrested, I meant I was not able to move. Cops, Afrikaners would not let me go with them, made me stay where I was. I guess I wasn't arrested, I was stopped.
To be clear, he didn't misspeak. He didn't misremember. It wasn't a gaffe. It was a lie. And a really bad one, because he even claimed at one point last month that Mandela later thanked him for getting arrested. Number 2, there's the silver star that never was. Over the years, Biden has told a moving but false war story in speeches and at rallies. He did it in New Hampshire last August.
This guy climbed down a ravine, carried this guy up on his back under fire, and the general wanted me to pin the silver star on him. I got up there and stand and said, God's truth, my word is a Biden. He stood at attention. I went to pin him. I said, sir, I don't want the damn thing. Do not pin it on me, sir. Please, sir. Do not do that. He died. He died.
He didn't pin the medal on the guy, who wasn't a Navy captain. He just made it up. And Biden has told this story time and again over the years, changing the details in it ever so slightly on each occasion. So sorry, it's not a gaffe. It's pure misrepresentation. Then there's Iraq, where the former vice president says he only voted for the war because the Bush administration tricked him.
I made a mistake. I said it 14 years ago. I trusted George Bush to keep his word. He said he was not going to go into Iraq.
Except Biden was calling for war with Saddam Hussein in 1998.
The only way we're going to get rid of Saddam Hussein, and it's going to require Guys like you in uniform to be back on foot in the desert, taking taking Saddam down.
He also says now that he opposed the Iraq War as soon as it started.
From the moment shock and awe started, from that moment, I was opposed to the effort and I was outspoken.
A complete fabrication. Here he is several months after the invasion began, praising both the war and George Bush.
Some of my own party have said that it was a mistake to go to Iraq in the first place. But the cost of not acting against Saddam, I think, would have been much greater. The President of the United States is a bold leader, and he is popular.
Again, Biden just makes stuff up. He makes demonstrably false claims without an iota of shame. Number 4, there's Biden's role in the civil rights movement, which is pretty easy to summarize. He didn't have one.
When I marched in the civil rights movement, I marched with tens of thousands of others to change attitudes. And we changed attitudes.
When I was about the age of the guy standing over there, I got involved in the civil rights movement.
He knows it's untrue. Don't take my word for it. Take his.
I was not an activist. I was not out marching. I was not down in Selma. I was not anywhere else.
Imagine as a white guy lying about your role in the civil rights struggle. Finally, you all know that Biden had to quit his 1988 campaign after he was caught plagiarizing parts of his stump speech. But Biden also lied about his grades.
I think I probably have a much higher IQ than you do, I suspect. The first year in law school, I decided I didn't want to be in law school and ended up in the bottom 2/3 of my class, and then decided I wanted to stay, went back to law school, and in fact ended up in the top half of my class.
In fact, he graduated 76th in a law school class of 85 students. Oh dear, pretending that you're smarter than you are and inflating your academic success.
Hello, all. It's January 25th, 2021, in the world now run by the Juggalos. Insane clown posse. Anyway, man, it's snowing. We're getting a lot of snow today. Boy. Anyway, so our 46 asterisks, which I'm apparently not allowed to say, because I can't have that opinion. They could say they, them, those, them, for 4 years could say, not my president. I can't say that. No. Anyway, this guy, I put the little montage of clips before this, just to give a little indication of who, what Mr. Bo Biden is about, okay? Been in politics 50 years. 50 years. Born in Pennsylvania, Scranton. I don't think he should have just went to work for Dunder Mifflin. But he did. Anyway, he went into politics, became a lawyer. Some info on that. He also was a senator. Youngest senator. Junior senator. 29. So 50 years. So he was a senator in Wilmington. Well, not Wilmington's one of the cities there, but in Delaware. Delaware is a very small state. You could drive through the whole state in like an hour. It's like 1 million or so people there, so they're kind of somewhat densely packed in there, I would think. So he's gonna make change. He's gonna unify us all. What kind of change did he do in Delaware? Overall, like some of the counties in Delaware are not just the national average in crime. You got like a 1 in 70 chance of being a victim of a violent crime. As a matter of fact, they're like 160% over the national average. That's not equal to the national average. That's not 100% over. 1.5 times over, 160% over the national average. So, and what are some of those, and mind you, Biden was so tough on crime in the 90s, he created that, what was that thing called? Let me look it up, hang on. Okay, this was in the 90s. He supported and actually helped put through the comprehensive crime control act. 3 strikes, see ya. Yeah, he's for you. He's for the people. 3 strikes, you're out. Could be any kind of weird felony. What they say on average, American commits like several felonies because there are so many laws on the books. Anyway, I'm just going off track. So he supported that act. Also supported the war in Iraq. Supported the NATO overthrow. The ISIS-backed insurgent overthrow of Muammar Gaddafi in Libya. And by the way, you can buy a human being there for $14 now. I like to say that. I don't like to say it. I like to keep saying it to let you know what his policies have done. Also, he's been president now for 5 days, almost a full week. He has done more executive actions than any other president in the first week. And a lot of them are just complete horse shite. He's literally turned the White House into a human resource department. Transgender, this, women, oh yeah, women's rights. Let's have men compete in women's sports. Good job, Joe. What else? We're back in the Paris Accord. Good job, climate change. I'm not denying climate. It's snowing right now. I just don't think what they're doing has any intention of fixing it. What else has he done? He's rescinded Trump's thing on lowering the price of insulin. Got rid of that. Why? I don't know. It's a bad thing. People with diabetes getting cheaper insulin. He's probably going to go after the right to try, experimental drugs for people on their death's doorstep. Probably going to get rid of that. Hasn't yet. Deregulated situations where China can come in and buy more of our land. That's like what the whole Bundy thing was about. China buying thousands of acres of land to open up solar energy. Yeah, because they care about the green planet. No monetization things there, right? No, they're just doing it because they want to make America green. No, they want the land so they can charge American people money to buy their solar energy on our property. How does this even happen? How does it even happen that the CCP can buy land in the United States? I can't even afford to buy land, but they can buy land. Please explain this to me. I was just looking at the time. So that's just some of Biden, dude, failed president, first week in office. Oh, also sent 200 troops and 40 trucks of equipment to Syria. Let's start again. You think that's about toppling Assad? No, that's about a pipeline going from, ironically, Ukraine through Syria that Assad wanted no part of. Also, they don't have a central bank either. That's another part of it. Oh man, this is all ridiculous. And then I don't even want to get onto his transgressions. You got your Tara Reid and Assemblywoman Flores out of Nevada. The guy's a freak. He's a freak. His children smoke crack. You can't control your family, but you're gonna control the country. Are you kidding me? Come on. And you know what? Maybe I'm coming down hard on him, but so what? Not my president.